All right, here we go. Trade recap. This is December 17th. And before I go into the trade analysis, I'm just going to start by saying this was an okay, following my rules kind of day. I thought both trades I took were pretty good setups, so but let's get into it. Starting on the 15-minute, we can see on Tuesday we did not manipulate higher at all. We didn't form any kind of higher time frame SMT. This high right here actually did not sweep these accumulation highs, so my thought process going into the day was, okay, we're probably going to target equilibrium of this whole leg up here and wait for a previous day low to be swept. So with that in mind, let's go to the 15-minute. I'm gonna go back here to pre-market. So as you see, I don't know, I was a little not too sure where we were going. Ideally, I was just thinking we'd probably hit 0.5 equilibrium of that range, and then we had a 4-hour fair value gap that has not been tapped into yet. So let's go down to the 1 minute, and I'll show you the first trade I took. So a little bit choppy here, right? I wouldn't willing to take a trade in there because I was a little unsure where we were going. And so we form a 15-minute SIBI. Let me shut my door so you don't think I'm crazy. So we form a 15-minute SIBI right there. We get SMT at this 1 minute high. Just ignore that for right now. However, we did form SMT at the previous day low right there. So at that point, I really shouldn't have been looking to short, but if you looked at the order flow, I mean, it was just pretty bearish. So I at the moment, I was kind of invalidating the SMT at the previous day low. So, you know, I just played almost a continuation model, trying to hit this low right here and this low, which is aligned with that 4-hour fair value gap and also equilibrium of the range right here. So I waited till we got into this 15-minute fair value gap. We see a nice displacement through this fair value gap right there. Took my entry a little bit before this closed just because it was just a very strong displacement. And we end up getting stopped out pretty quick. So at this point I was like, okay, what are we really trying to do here? Because if we were really trying to get to this, we should have, respected this. I mean, this was a good setup. Went into a higher time frame P to array. So I kind of switched my bias to long because as you can see, let me delete this and let me not that. Give me a second. We have a pretty perfect market maker buy model forming. Swept previous day low. We have SMT. We also had SMT at this low right here, which is where the bottom of the smart money reversal is, and we could even extend this OG consolidation to all the way over here. So, but this looked like a good area right there. We have our first and second stage accumulation, and so at this point, I just took a loss right here. We got a candle closure above this. I did not enter on that candle closure above, which would have been a good entry, but I kind of just waited a little bit, and at this point I was like, okay, I think we look like we're starting to form a market maker buy model. So I actually entered on this tick right here, pretty good entry on this candle there, which you can call that change of state delivery, order block, whatever. So we get my entry there, and I'm just kind of like, as the trade is going on, I'm like, this is looking really clean. Like, let me go, I think it was this one. Yeah, -4 lines up perfect with all these highs here. We're in that -1 to 1.5, so that's our silver bullet range, or we could also accumulate again in this. The only thing I was looking at was this SIBI there, but so I entered there, and I believe I took a break even, take profit. Okay. So break even was right there. Hit break even, moved my stop, or I took a profit there. I went in with 2 contracts. And fortunately, I mean, this candle just absolutely shit on my whole family. It like barely ticks it to where my entry was here, but I saw the sell side short-term low right there. Taps into it. So it takes me out of the trade. Now, I don't know if this is revenge trading, but I mean, I just felt pretty confident that we were going to hit this high right here. So I pretty much enter again right in there. So I didn't wait for it to go all the way up here. I kind of entered literally back up here. So I mean, if we were still going to go lower, I mean, it wouldn't have hurt me that bad. But I was just understanding that this is probably our first stage accumulation, and we just got another sweep of sell side liquidity. So I had a good feeling. I was understanding the market maker model here. So we get some legs higher. I mean, at this point, I'm like, okay, this is looking pretty good. So, and as you can see, we hit a retracement right at -2. So that was expected, right? And then we start kind of chopping around in here. I really did not want a candle closure below this fair value gap. However, we did have a 5-minute fair value gap there that, as you can see, price did not close. It did barely close below 50%, but it was looking pretty good still. And then this is a 2-minute fair value gap that I added a contract to as we inversed it. And I wanted speed above that high there. And we got that. And we hit our take profit. So pretty good trade right there, I will say. I guess I kind of went against my model of the inverse fair value gap, but my idea was, okay, this right there was the model I should have entered on. So, I mean, if I enter on a retap of it, am I really going against the model? Probably not, but this to me just looked very clean. And this is ES, so a little bit more choppy. To me, this looked a lot cleaner. So, bit of a choppy day. I'll show you the executions. I think I'm up about 1,000 on the day. I don't know what happened over here. My paper trading account was goofing up earlier, and I thought I took some trades, but it never went through, so I never was like, whatever. But these were the main 2 trades that I took. And yes, that pretty much sums it up. Okay, day to day. Let's take a look at our account. We're at 1780. So we need to get this to 159. So we're getting there. We're taking a few losses, but we're making it back. So just trying to take great setups. Just trying to improve my win rate and my draw on liquidity. So that'll be it for today. See y'all.